From a company perspective, what are some of the areas that you feel that, companies and organizations maybe aren't focusing enough on when it comes to being more inclusive and what you refer to as disability aware?
Yeah, so the disability population is probably, if not the largest minority groups, one of the largest minority groups that exists. And I think that often it is the most untalked about minority group compared to people of color, LGBTQIA+, and different things like that. There are 64 million Americans in this country who live with disabilities. And disability is the only minority group any of us can join in the blink of an eye, because we may get into an accident, or we may get sick, and or something may happen drastically where our life is just different. And we're all going to eventually join the disability community as we age and get older. So there's a huge population of people that we could be doing so much more of a better job in serving, and businesses need to understand that. The disability community has about $220 billion in discretionary income. And so there is a market there where one of the reasons that we don't spend the money in our communities is because we can't navigate those communities, and those communities aren't accessible and fully inclusive.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so good question. So, if I have to go to a movie or a space, what I always have to do first is make sure that I can even get into that space in the first place, right? Sometimes there are steps, sometimes they are accessible based on the ADA, and sometimes they're not. But let's say I go to a space and there is something that I want to buy in that store, but I can't get in. So I might not be spending that money in that store, because if I can't even take the first step of getting into that store to then buy that item, you're losing out on a potential sale.